to make sure they finish with 6 points.
McPherson at the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Lamar now from the gun. Completed over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. Gets him on the in route. And they get this down to the 28. That one goes for 17 yards and moves.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's swallowed up in the middle, no gain on the run. Tackle made by Miles Murphy. Call it no gain on that run, and they face second and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Second and 10 now. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead, I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
Returning it from the 4. And look at this return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a barn burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, it doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Complete out to the right side. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Here he is on third and long. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll only get 3 here as we've reached the 2-minute warning. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Bengals pushing for points. From the 39. Gets it to him on the screen. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Throw on 3rd down. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Ryan Stonehouse on the punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. That's him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Well, last play didn't work out too well. Looks like they're going ground game now. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. So once again, J.K. Scott out to punt it away. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Stiff arm success. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And hardly any time remaining for them in this game. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Gets everything he has under this throw. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
He's looking deep once again. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. While New Year's parties get set up nationwide this afternoon, we're closer to ringing in the holiday ourselves. That's halftime here on New Year's Eve. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. And I guess we'll follow up with the rest of the NFL after this one ends. We're moving right along to the start of the second half. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Ravens ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And first and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Short pass brought in. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Play action. Here's Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
And this one doesn't go far.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Long for him here. That one's complete, right side. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The Bengals returning their offense, and this running back to the field. And he's already scored once this game, something he's made a bit of a habit of this season. As we see, he's among the league's best at finding that end zone. On first down, they'll run. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Chopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. They give it to him again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. He'll look to throw. That's caught for the first. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out. He gets 6 on that play. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll run here on first down. And that's good for a gain of 5. Brought down by Christian Wilkins. Well, after that play, training staff is headed out. That's one of their top guys who's shaken up. And they're going to need him back for the upcoming postseason. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Back to the well again. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got 2nd and 15. They're throwing it. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. They bring a tight end in motion right. To the air, 3rd and long. Has his man, it's Swift. Along the right sideline, there's space. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals grab the lead on their first series of the half. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. On 1st down, Jackson escapes the pocket. He's running with it. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense. Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Bateman, the motion man left. Lone back gets the handoff. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bengals territory. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd and short, he's taking the option right. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Oh, they are loving this one. It flies out of bounds, and it wasn't too far off the end zone. They're going to say it crossed at the 3. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now a give left side. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. No progress on 1st down, and they'll bring up 2nd and 10. So as the clock winds down to a new year, we wind down to our final quarter. That's the end of 3. The Bengals with it. They've got the lead, but this game is close. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Here's the handoff. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
And this is a good representation right here of what the playoffs will look like come the postseason in 2 weeks. Still a few things to finalize, though, which makes this week and those divisional games next week incredibly important. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to go down right along midfield stripe. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
He's on the move, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And he gets him what he can, but still pretty deep in their own territory starting out. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Throwing now, off play action. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This is the type of performance a former quarterback just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow, and he is dicing them.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Another carry for him. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Now, before the punch, not sure what the issue was, but we have a timeout from the kicking team. Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Ravens will go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Connects with Bateman. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. Now here's Lamar. No place to go, so he just threw it away. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. He'll look to throw it. Throwing the out route complete. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And we'll turn our focus now to the flag down as he ends up out of bounds.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Not helping themselves with that penalty, and now lining up to try this fourth down. Throwing now. Had to force it on fourth, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals make the play that should win them this game. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on fourth and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
And they'll bring him down after a pretty short game. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Back-to-back carries here. And that hit stops him in his tracks. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down. Back to throw it. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. And for a long time now in the NFL, going back to the 80s even, 4,000 yards has been the threshold that you gotta hit to have a truly great year. And with that last completion, he's crossed that mark for the season. Congratulations to him. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 2, and they'll need a lot more than that on 2nd and 18. From the gun, here's a handoff. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. And the Ravens go in nickel, third down. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Cincinnati uses its second timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now. The conversion unlikely, but the offense is going for it. 4th and 13. Hand off to the back. And he's brought down for a loss. And he is stopped a long ways from that line to gain. They force a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Setting up to pass. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down. Here he is to throw. Try and push it deep downfield. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Now to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the Bengals take this one on the road. And there was